You're listening to the Business Wealth Impact Podcast, your source for empowering information and cutting-edge ideas from the world's top minds. I'm your host, Jeanne Omlor, founder of seven-figure coaching company, Jeanne Omlor International. Join me on a journey to unleash your potential and create your highest success. Welcome to Business Wealth Impact. Hello, and welcome to another solo episode of Business Wealth Impact with me, your host, Jeanne Omlor. Okay, today I'm going to talk about the work works. Doing the work works. Now, a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, really just want things to happen immediately. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that what works is doing the work. And when you're doing the work is working either on you or it's just working. And people are disassociating from the working from results. So there's two different things and sometimes two in one. So you can do work and it's going to create results quickly. And you will get the desired result, and you might not have to do so much work, and therefore you will get less development. So that's the first thing. So you think it's great because, hey, that worked, it worked, bingo. However, some people that have things work immediately, they get great results. Often those people can't sustain those results, and often they can't sustain keeping the money they made. Now, when you're doing the reps and you're doing the work and it's taking longer, you are sustaining and you are delaying gratification. Not because you want to, but because it just happens that way. You're being forced to have delayed gratification. And while you're being forced to have delayed gratification, you are doing the work. And even though you don't think so, there is development happening. When you're doing the work and it seems like it's taking a long time, I invite you to take a minute and just take stock of what development happened, either in your business or in yourself, because sometimes it's just a personal development. A personal development. So no matter what, even when you think you're losing, you are winning. And that's actually one of my personal mottos is, even when I lose, I win. So even when you think you're losing, you're actually winning something, because you're winning lessons and you're winning experience and you're winning wisdom. So what I say is and I do this myself, I need to change frustration into wisdom. Instead of being left with just frustration, oh, that doesn't work, there's always gold when you seek to get something out of everything, some lesson, some development. So when you're frustrated because something in your business isn't working, ask yourself, okay, where is the wisdom in this? Where can I get gold out of this? And you start to see, for instance, it took me quite a while to get to 1 million. I didn't get to 1 million overnight in my business. I think it was, the ninth or 10th year, I finally got to 1 million. And not in one year, I got to 1 million in 17 months of getting online. And it didn't happen right away, but I realized the reason that happened is because I had learned so much, because things weren't working that great and I had to learn a lot. And it gave me an ability to teach other people that. Now, if I had gotten online when I was, 15, like some people do, and I was lucky and I was in the right place at the right time and I took action, sure, I could have made a lot of money, but I wouldn't have developed the skills that I have right now that actually help my clients and a lot of people that aren't even my clients. Like even speaking in this podcast episode, I wouldn't have had the wisdom and the experience to be able to even tell you about all this. Okay, so let's recap. What works is the work. So doing the reps works. You just need to figure out which reps. And even if the reps you're doing are not the right reps, they're still working in some way, because you're learning that this doesn't work. Okay, that didn't work. Now I've learned that those reps weren't going to cut it. So I'm going to put those reps down. I'm going to try another set of reps and then see if that works. And if they don't work after you've done it, now you've understood that those reps also didn't work. So what you're doing is you're learning what not to do, you're learning what doesn't work, and you're developing skills as you go. And then you find the reps, the recipe that starts to work. And by the way, you're never done. You start to find a part of the recipe that's working for now, and that's producing the results. Okay, now we've understood because I did those reps that didn't work. Now I'm doing some reps that do work, and it's starting to work. Okay, that's great. Now you're going to sustain that, and you've also developed grit, resilience, all sorts of stuff is being developed, even though you don't know it, unless you refuse to learn those lessons. Now, there are some people that refuse to learn the lessons that other people could get if they take the lesson. So if you're doing the reps and it's not working and it's gritty, take the lesson that now you're gritty instead of not learning that lesson of grit and resilience. And complaining about the journey the whole time is a sure way not to learn from stuff. Kicking and screaming. So what you want to do is you want to annihilate the kicking and screaming aspect. It's happening anyway. Life is happening. Things are happening the way they are. You have some control and you have a lot of no control. That's a fact. So you bless the stuff you have control over and you keep control of that. And then you let go of all the other stuff that's called testing in your business. Now, a lot of people don't understand that the nature of business is testing. Business is just a bunch of endless tests, and it is endless tests if you want to keep up leveling. Now, if you don't want to keep up leveling, then there will be no more tests and there's no more development. But we all know that once you get to a certain place anywhere in life or business, nothing is static. Physics are such that nothing stays the same. And you're thinking, well, no, Jeanne, every day is the same. No, it's not. While you're thinking you're living your life or your business and every day is the same, actually, it's not. Because while you're thinking the sameness is the sameness every day, you're developed. So 10 days ago was not the same as this day because 10 days ago or a year ago, you're not the same person. You're not the same person. Even if you're in a job and you think it's the same grind every day, no, it's not, because your health is either getting better or getting worse. It's usually not staying the same. Your kids are getting older. They're not getting younger. The needs are getting different. You're getting gray hairs, if you're getting gray hairs. You are aging. We're all aging. And you either are building up your nest egg or you're not. So nothing stays the same. And even though we think it's a sameness, you're either going up or down because that's the nature of gravity. So you always want to make sure you keep going up, especially with inflation. Now that's not staying the same. So that's proof that not everything stays the same. So it's not the same because you're literally getting less for your money every day. So what do we do? What we do is we do the work and we don't complain. We do the work, we find. Now, obviously, I'm always searching for the answers, and I will pay people that have shortcutted it because I want to have people in my corner that have done things that I want to do, and I don't want to waste that time. However, there still are the reps, and not everything works the same for every single person. So, for instance, say you hire a coach, and that coach has had results with thousands of people, but your offer is a little bit different. That marketing you're going to have to tweak it. And usually anyway, when I'm coaching people, I say everything needs to be customized. So there's still going to be reps that are individual reps that have to be customized to each business. Because we all know, like say there's a funnel that you're running ads to. We all know you can have the same funnel, same style, or work for one business in the same niche, and it won't work for the next because it's not the same business. It's not the same person. So there's no plug and play as far as anything in life. It always needs to be customized, and then you need to find your reps. And obviously, hiring a coach to help you find what those reps are is really super important. So there is something that we need to develop that nobody wants to develop right now, and it's called patience. Now, personally, I am not the most patient person in this whole world. I'm not naturally patient. However, I've learned that there are certain things we need to develop patience, like children. You have to have patience with children because you can't be completely impatient with children as a parent, or you will not survive. Okay. And the other thing is patience in the development of your business, that you cannot expect that somebody who's been doing something for 20 years, who's making a certain amount of money, that you're going to do it for 2 weeks and you're going to make the same amount of money that they're making now. There's no process or time, because time and reps goes into success. So reps times time equals success. So that means you just got to figure out what you need to do and then how long you need to do it to produce the results that you want and to be successful. And that time is different for everybody. I'll give you an example. I had a client who came in and she got to $91,000 in the first 4 weeks of working with me. Heck, I didn't even do that for myself. However, I'd figured stuff out. I fed her that information, coached her on it, and she was very open, and it happened. So that doesn't mean that every single person that works with me is going to get to 91K in 4 weeks. Also, just her offer, her energy, she was ready. A lot of things goes into it. So now we can't say that every single person that works with me is going to do that because it's not true. It's not true. And we can't expect everybody. So if somebody came in and said, wait a minute, Jeanne Omlor, that person got to 91K, I would say, well, you're not her. Not that she's better than you. You're just not her. You're different. She's different. We're all different. And everybody's pathway is different. So what we need to do is we need to figure out where we want to get to. We need to get help. Hire the person that you vibe with. And if that person takes 2 weeks to get you to billions of dollars, don't complain. Or if it's 2 weeks and you're not at your big, huge goal yet, basically I call that throwing a hissy fit to the universe. That is kind of spoiled. It's like, oh my gosh, I didn't get what I want right now. And not getting what you want right now develops patience. It develops people skills. It develops, setting expectations that, yes, I believe in miracles. Of course we believe in miracles. I've seen miracles. I've helped people create miracles like $91,000 in 4 weeks. However, we cannot expect or demand miracles of God because they're from God. We can't expect or demand that. We can say, well, I'm open for any miracles that are going to come my way, and I will also do the reps. And any miracles that come my way, and I've had a few, they're just the icing on the cake. We are not waiting for that. We're not waiting for the quick fix, quick get rich quick scheme. The thing about get rich quick schemes, again, you cannot sustain that. It's a lottery ticket. So what we need to do is we need to stop the lottery ticket mindset, that it's just about a lottery ticket. And we are living in a society which is the lottery ticket society. That's what I think. It's all about, I'm just going to make a bet and I'm going to win big. I'm going to go to the casino and win big. I'm going to win the lottery and then I'm going to be a millionaire. I love it. I want everybody to be millionaires. However, it does take work. It does take finding your path, and it does take doing the work, and doing the work works. Doing the work works, and people don't want to do the work. Often they don't. They want to do a little bit of work. They want to decide how much work they have to do. They want to decide and make a deal with the universe or God that I should get this much, but I shouldn't have to do that much work. There is no number. We don't know what that number is. None of us do. We just need to be all in and be intentional and say, I want this. I want those results, and I will do whatever it takes if it's not illegal, unethical, or immoral. Those are my 3 conditions. We don't do stuff. Barring those 3, what will you do? I will do anything it takes. What's going to take work? Great, I'll do the work. How much work is it going to take? Gee, I don't know. Everybody's different. Okay, I'm going to do the work anyway. So when we stop the conditions of, well, I want that, but I'm only going to do it if I can work 2 hours a week. I'm only going to do it if this. I'm only going to do that work if I get there in 4 weeks. Or I'm only going to do it, and oh, that's not working, and now I'm going to start another business. What happens when you start something and you are 5 feet from the gold, and then you say, well, this wasn't working? You're losing all the development that you would have had, that you had. You're losing all the development that got you where you are, which is a better place than you even know. You don't even know what a good place you're in sometimes. You're just like, it's not working. It's not black and white, working or not working. It's where are we in the process? And process is highly underrated. Sure, I really want to help my clients thrive as soon as possible. But when a client says to me, it's been 2 weeks and I'm not getting XYZ, I'm like, you just started. You just started. Okay, you just started. Okay, so the work works. Doing the work is what works. Making all these sorts of agreements and conditions about how much work you're going to do and how much you're willing to do means you are not all in. And if you want to get where you want to go in life, you need to be 100% committed and all in. So committed, because there are hardships in the career you want. There's hardships in every business. Every day is not fun. Every day in everybody's business is not fun. There's problems all the time. And that's part of the fun, actually, because now I'm like, okay, what's going to happen today and how am I going to solve that? And that's how you become happy in your business, that you understand that nothing is smooth in life. And if it is smooth, what a gift. When something runs smoothly in my business, I'm like, wow, what a gift. We expect there to be testing and glitches. That's just to be expected because it's life. There are glitches in relationships. There's glitches in marriage. There's glitches in everything. There's glitches with your bank account. There's glitches with the IRS. There's glitches everywhere, especially with people problems, lots of glitches. So sustain it. Because what happens when you give up and you don't understand that you've made all that development, if you just kept going and you blessed the development that you have and carried it forward to keep developing to fruition till you get successful, then you're giving up and you're losing energy, time, and momentum. All right. Now, and you're going to say, okay, I'm going to start something else. That other thing will not be any easier. You're just starting all over again. And guess who you're bringing to the table? You're bringing the same person that quit into another venture. It's the same person. It's like people that, move to another state or another country to get away from stuff. And then their life is no better because they're bringing themselves. They're bringing that self because it wasn't other people often. They're bringing the same problem themselves. So you're going to bring the same problem, which is yourself. You're the blockage into a new venture. You're going to have the same exact problems yet again. But now you have to start all over again rather than, okay, I'm going to keep going, but I'm going to develop. I'm going to keep testing. Okay, that didn't work. That's okay. I developed. Next thing. So keep it going unless you just decide that you just don't want to do something anymore. But don't give up because it got too hard. If you aren't passionate about it, it's not really your thing, you decided, that's different. I'm not really passionate about that. Now, most people, that's not the reason why they quit. They quit because, it just was too hard. It took too long. I didn't understand it was going to be work. Yes, it is work. It's going to take work. So you got to get on board that you are okay with it taking work. You're okay. And you're going to also try to find peace of mind, happiness, and fulfillment while you're doing the work. So it's not, now I used to operate in a way, I'll admit it, where it was like, okay, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to hold my breath until it's done and then I'm going to be happy. But now I've understood it's about your life flowing into everything like breath through everything where, okay, there's this challenge we have in my business and I'm not going to not sleep and not do anything till it's sorted out. I'm going to sort that out while I have a family life, while I'm happy and while I'm having a life and not waiting to exhale, not waiting. Oh, then I get that little bit of joy. When you integrate your life, I don't mean take vacations all the time when you're not on vacation. I mean emotionally, that's okay. There's an unsolved problem. We're on the way. It could take a week, could take 2 weeks, could take 4 months, could take a year. I am not going to put aside my happiness and peace of mind for a whole year. I used to do that. It's like, no, I'm just going to work on this and I'm going to fix it and then I'm going to be happy. Then I'm going to be okay. Then I'm going to have peace of mind. No. I learned that's not what we do. We just keep going and we keep these plates of family and happy no matter what. I'm just going to find peace and happiness within a day, no matter what. I don't care what problem I'm having. I'm going to get over that in the moment and I'm going to keep going. So that is what you do to sustain. And the key word is to sustain, doing the work and try to be cheerful about it. And that's another word people don't use a lot is cheerful. We want to try to be cheerful. And am I cheerful all the time? No, I'm not. When I have a problem and it's like the problem just happened, I'm certainly not cheerful in that moment, but I try to get back to that. I try to get back to, okay, you know what? That wasn't good. Caused this. It happened. Let's fix it and move on. Or, it's going to take a while. Or, gee, I lost a lot of money on that campaign. All right, what did I do wrong? Should I cut the campaign, try something else, or should I keep testing it? So it's really just judgments nonstop of the next, tweak. All right. But having said that, you don't want to give up on things and tweak things before you even have enough data. Now, that's the next problem. People say, that didn't work. I'm like, how do you know it didn't work? Oh, because I said there's not enough data. So you want to make sure that you don't bail on a strategy or a pathway or the reps till you're sure that you did enough reps to get enough data to be able to crunch those numbers and say, you know what? That didn't work. I think I better, shift something now. But what's happening is people start something, they're on the right path, they stop it. I'm like, whoa, if you just kept going for another, I don't know how much time, that would have gotten better and you would have gotten results. Really? Yes. You stopped too soon. You stopped way too soon. So there's a lot of considerations here. But if you continue with the motto, doing the work works, doing the work works, I'm going to do the work. There are going to be issues. There are going to be challenges. I'm going to keep doing the reps. I'm going to embrace the development. I'm going to embrace the process. And I'm going to do my best to have a happy, cheerful life. Okay, that's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you subscribe because there's a lot of gold coming up. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning into another episode of Business Wealth Impact. I hope you found today's conversation insightful and life-changing. If you want to support the show and stay up to date with all of our latest episodes, the easiest way to do that is by following us on your favorite podcast platform. Just hit that follow button to never miss an episode. And if you really love the show and want to help us spread the word, leave us a review and share the podcast with your friends. Again, be sure to subscribe, and until next time, be impactful.